who gets hired and who doesn't get hired for managerial positions?
Thank you for this question. Actually, managerial role is of crucial importance for the business. Managers, they are the key people to decide which direction the company goes. So hiring for managerial position should be in compliance with the corporate culture, with the business model, with the business value. You know, it's like hiring the captain for a ship. This person will be playing a key role for the ship's survival, for reaching the destination, so it should be the very special person, I would say. And if it's about the business, we should hire the person who is in line, who is in compliance, so to say, with the corporate rules of the game. We can compare hiring managers with hiring captain for the sports team also. Complying with rules, looking for victories, and ensuring well-being of the team members. Maybe that's the three key competencies to look for in the candidates.
Okay, thank you. Differences in the decision-making process in large and medium business. EPAM has specific rules. If you can talk about these areas, if not, just then talk about large companies. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Still, let me step back a little bit and not dive deeper into the size of the company, mid-sized, big company, huge company. Once again, I would say it depends on the business goal, on the business model. If you'd like just to play in your local league, it means that your team must comply with specific competencies, must comply with specific skills. Maybe the core function would be personal compliance, personal loyalty to the company. If the company is big, maybe different competencies are the key ones, like diversity and inclusion, for example, or adaptability, or proven ability to work in a multicultural environment. Still, the size of the company may be not the key differentiator in hiring. I suppose that every company would like to get people who can do their job, love their job, and will fit the team. And here is the difference. What kind of the team we have? What kind of rules we apply to win with the team? And what does it mean for us, company fit or not the fit? And as for EPAM, our hiring processes are defined by the processes in the company itself. Company operates in over 20 countries now, and we should have at least some specific baseline for hiring, I would say. We should ensure that the person hired in Europe, in America, in Far East, in Australia, we should ensure that this person can perform their task at the level company expects. That's maybe the key.
Are you hiring internal or external candidates?
Yeah, that's maybe an interesting question. External or external hiring. I would add also kind of acquisition, or maybe not hiring, but succession planning. When we grow up our candidates from technical specialists, there are not only two ways of hiring managers. And once again, every way has its own pros and cons. For example, if the person is inside the company, their benefits definitely are good familiarity with corporate tools and processes. This person has, I assume, this person already has some broadened professional network. This person is comfortable with the style of communication, with the tooling and processes in the company. On the other hand, this person, I wouldn't say this person may be lazy, but this person may be less eager to prove themselves because he already has some maybe authority, some image inside the company, and this person can rely on previous achievements. And on the contrary, the candidate from market, the external candidate, I suppose those candidates would be much more eager, much more hungry to prove themselves, to find new field for exploring their skills and abilities. So every hire has its own risks and opportunities. I would say that every candidate, internal, external, grown up in the company, every candidate is a mix or a balance between possibilities and limitations. And the main idea of hiring manager, or the main task of hiring manager, is to identify skills and risks.
Is it essential for the candidate to have technical expertise?
That's an interesting question. If we talk about IT, yes, for sure, we may consider the technical expertise as the key. So we could hardly imagine a manager or a person in a managerial position without technical background. Still, as IT is really diverse, there are specific positions like Scrum Master, for example, or Project Coordinator. And for this position, not maybe technical abilities, technical skills matter, still the ability to organize the people, to organize different people from different backgrounds, from different countries, from different understanding, to organize into high-performance teams. I can well imagine that the person without technical background, like me, without technical education, I would opt for having managers without technical backgrounds, just because of my understanding. Still, I have seen a lot of times, and I realize very well, that aiming to speak customers' language, for example, or aiming to be on the same page with the team, aiming to have authority inside the team, a manager should be at least able to speak the language the team speaks, to speak the technical language, to understand the difference between specific frameworks, processes, and to contribute to decisions wisely, not just because of authority.
Is it possible to understand through the interview process where management is a suitable career option for a candidate?
Thank you for this question. I like those type of questions very much, because for me, an interview is a kind of speed dating between a candidate and a company. Nothing personal, nothing special. It's only my personal position. It's not the heaviest wisdom. Still, I believe that on the interview, during the interview, like during the first dating, it's really hard to identify how happy those two will be together. Will they have a lot of successful projects or several children in common? Will they have long-term and full of happiness relationships? It's rather hard to identify during the interview or during speed dating. Still, what can be identified if there are specific collisions between both, or if they have so different worldview that they could hardly be together for the long time. So it's not about love at the first sight. It's about anti-love at the first sight, and that should be identified during interview. So I would say that vice versa. On the interview, we can identify that this person with this managerial style could hardly be productive or efficient or happy with our company.
Thank you. Is it worth committing yourself to a career in management now at a time when teams are becoming autonomous and self-governing?
That's also a very nice question. Yes, the teams are becoming. Still, that's not a momentary process. This process needs some specific time and maturity. And once again, returning to the interpersonal relationships, it's like with a child growing. A team, like a child, may pass through different stages of being adult. So first this team start crawling, then step by step mastering normal human behavior, then this person can run, and the same with the team. Somebody needs to help the child to become an adult. Somebody needs to create an environment for the team when all the skills and abilities of the team members are nurtured and applied in the most efficient way possible. And this somebody, it may be a manager, it may be a scrum master. By the way, it's a very interesting and nowadays popular concept of servant leaders. The leaders who do not lead the team but nurture them and help teams growing. And if a person sees his skills, competencies in these roles, then why not?